Stop recording. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the FreelanceHER showcase. Just to give you a little bit of information about what FreelanceHER100 was, it's a groundbreaking, fully funded accelerator program for women working to launch and grow sustainable businesses in the digital, creative, media and technology sectors across Greater Manchester. It's all about empowering female freelancers and founders to be strong leaders, create powerful enterprises, and to influence and shape the world around their companies using collaboration, community, and innovation. And we recognise and maximise the exceptional strengths that are unique to the female entrepreneur. The FreelanceHER programme started in February, finished in April. It was a practical, bespoke 12-week programme that combined interactive sessions, peer-to-peer mentoring, facilitated by an allocated mentor and a supportive community. We also had several bunch and learn sessions and social events with specialist partner networks with unrivaled track records delivered online to facilitate networking and relationship development. To date, we have supported 104 female freelancers in starting and growing their businesses, and today is all about learning a bit more about the programme from the women that are part of it. So I'd like to introduce you to Ayeshitu, who is an entrepreneur. So would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself, please? Oh, can you hear me, Ayeshitu?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. If you could just give us a quick intro, that would be fantastic.
Hi, my name is Ayeshitu, and as mentioned, I'm part of cohort 1 of the FreelanceHER100 program, and I actually work as a business strategist, helping businesses get their visions understood by their clients and just make sure their systems are efficient. And it's been really exciting. I'm a woman of many talents, and the program really helped me narrow down what was actually going to get myself paid.
Brilliant, thank you. Our next panelist is Tamar. Tamar, could you just tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Tamar. I found this program at a time that I kind of really needed it, in the sense that I was working full-time until maybe mid last year, and so I was kind of almost forced into freelance life, but it came across at the perfect time because it just allowed me to grow a lot. And I basically am a videographer, editor, video producer, and I tell people stories in whatever form that takes. And yeah, it's just been an amazing experience so far. I can't big it up enough.
Thank you. Tina, you were one of our mentors. Could you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, please?
So yeah, hi everybody, I'm Tina Bowden. I'm a micro business specialist, and I work day to day to ensure the well-being of a micro business and its owner is as good as it can be, because one seriously impacts on the other. I have been self-employed for 32 years. Apart from a very brief employed period, but it'll never happen again. We'll move on. And I am third generation self-employed, so I have a lot of knowledge and experience to share, and now spend my time mentoring one-to-one or one-to-many, peer networking, and helping micro business owners with strategic issues that they may have, to ensure that the well-being of them and their business is as good as it can be.
Thank you, Tina. Our next guest is Danielle Brown. So Danielle, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Naomi. So hi, everyone. I'm Danielle Brown. I'm the Director of Operations over at Info Group. So I was part of the team that worked really closely with Naomi to put this programme together to ensure that we were offering the support that female entrepreneurs highlighted that they needed. So I worked very closely with Naomi and the operational team to support all of the wonderful ladies that joined us.
Thank you. And Alexandra, if you could introduce yourself, that would be fantastic.
Hello, yes. Firstly, sorry my video isn't working, but hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm Alex. I am one of the first cohort of the FreelanceHER100 programme and really glad to be part of it. I am a sort of geography and tech crossover person. I work with geographical information systems and the data that works within those systems, and I provide my expertise to small companies in the environmental sector.
Thank you. And last but not least, Raki.
Hi everyone. Yes, I'm Raki. I work in marketing and have done for more than 10 years. So I've worked in traditional employment all my life really, and then took the leap to become freelance towards the end of last year. So like Tamar, the FreelanceHER programme couldn't have come at a better time for me.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to come back to see everyone's faces, and I'm going to ask you all lots of questions just so we can give people a real feel about what the programme was about. So I'm going to come to Danielle first. Can you tell us a little bit more about where the idea to run the FreelanceHER programme came from and how it was funded?
Yeah, absolutely. So the FreelanceHER programme was born through Info Group's desire to offer support to female entrepreneurs in Manchester. We do a lot of work from our home here at the Home of Skills and Technology, Media City UK, and we're surrounded by so many wonderful female entrepreneurs. But we found through doing a bit of market research that there wasn't a programme out there that was offering business support and digital skills training. So we got our heads together. We worked really closely with Naomi and our operational team to put together a 12-week support package that would offer female entrepreneurs the support that they really needed to go and grow or scale a business in the digital, creative and media sectors in Greater Manchester. So everything we do here at Info is based on 3 pillars, and that's people, place and culture. And this is something that we really wanted to instill through the FreelanceHER100 programme to ensure that our ladies were fully supported. So the people that we supported were 104 amazing female entrepreneurs, obviously the place, Greater Manchester, and building prosperity in the region. And the culture was all about creating an inclusive environment to help these ladies grow and thrive. And we're quite lucky that through our partnerships with amazing companies here at Host and through our partnership with the Business Growth Hub for the European Regional Development Fund, that they were able to offer this as a fully funded opportunity to help ladies thrive and survive beyond COVID.
That's brilliant, thank you. Tina, you were one of the mentors on the programme. How has your experience as a business owner helped you mentor the participants on the programme?
I think can I just say, FreelanceHER100 was the best programme that I have ever delivered on, and it is a huge credit. And I'm not going to go much further than that because Naomi and I are a bit prone to tears. It's our age. So yeah, so I'm going to try and avoid us bursting into tears at any point today. I've had a wealth of experience in mainly front-facing, customer-facing industries, and I was mentoring somebody this morning and actually said that I have got a t-shirt. When you say, oh, I've got the t-shirt, I've probably got 500 hanging in my wardrobe after 32 years in business. I've been in the retail sector, I've been in property lettings and management, I've run a property development business with my ex-husband and brother. It wasn't the business that made us ex, but all sorts of things that have happened. I've done charity work. I continue to be a trustee of charities, and all of that gives me experience and knowledge to be able to share with others. But the one thing that you get from being a mentor, or I do, and I know other mentors and other mentors on this program, is actually learning from the people that you're working with. So I might have been 32 years in business, but I still have plenty of things that I can learn from all sorts of people in different sectors. And for me, it's important as a mentor to be open and honest and life experiences, because obviously I work around the well-being of the micro business and the micro business owner. So life is important, and ensuring that you bring those two things together when you're a freelancer, because actually, you know, having a business as a freelancer, being a micro business owner, it's like having another baby is that business. It's like having another member of your family. And you know, it sits at the dinner table with you when you just don't want it to be there, and it pulls at your apron strings when you don't want it to be around. And You can roll over in the middle of the night and go, oh my God, this is happening in the business. And really, but the beauty of my experiences is that I've been allowed to share those as part of the FreelanceHER 100 programme with some women that are starting out, some women that have had more experience. Yeah, and just as it is, because I think that's been the beauty of this programme. You've been able to be you, and I've seen some amazing women develop themselves into being even more amazing women.
Brilliant, thank you. So this is a question for Aisha too, for Raki, for Tamar, and Alex, I think, who's trying to rejoin us. What you all participated in the programme. Can you tell the audience a little bit more about your experience? Any of you can jump in.
I'm happy to go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Wow. I'll say the experience is quite intense. I think I was expecting to have a couple of workshops and have a handful of things that I could sort of like review after each workshop and just add it to a little portfolio of things that I'd done and have like a nice little bundle of writing that I'd done at the end of the program. What I actually got was practical business consultancy. That was essentially what we had. We had professionals come in and give us practical things that we could implement immediately into our businesses, things that you could immediately use to get immediate results and move forward from wherever you were in your business. And that was just absolutely amazing. And I think because I did come there with an open heart, just ready to learn anything, I just gained so much. I gained so much in terms of my personal and professional network. I gained so much in terms of understanding the tech world, because that was completely foreign to me, in all honesty. Like, if you told me to pick out places that had like a bubbling tech industry, Manchester would have been far down the list, because I didn't know. It's like I've been opened into this sort of like secret tunnel of things that's happening in Manchester, and it's just been amazing, and so many opportunities have already come from that. So it was definitely an experience that invigorated me and just has been so replenishing for myself personally and professionally.
Brilliant. Raki, what was your experience?
So for me, I mean, echoing a lot of that as well, having that actual practical side of things was great. Like I say, I've only just started working as a freelancer. And when I've described the program to other people, I've kind of explained it like I would have made so many mistakes, and I probably would have learned a lot through trial and error, but it probably would have taken me years. Whereas having all this experience and the consultants coming in to speak, having the mentoring sessions, and just the network from the other women on the program as well, I think it really helped me to get onto a good path right from the start. So it's been invaluable, even just like knowledge about the financial side, tax and things like that I had no idea about whatsoever. And then you know, the practical sessions where you could go away and put some of the knowledge that we were learning into practice straight away. So that side of things, I think, has been invaluable for me, but then also just how personalized it was as well, and how nurturing it was. And we had WhatsApp groups with the people within our mentoring sessions, and just being able to bounce ideas off them, or having like a crisis of confidence and being able to go to a network of people that were going through similar things and not be afraid to say like, I'm not handling this very well, or I don't know what to do. Whereas, you know, as a professional where you are working for yourself, you don't really have that kind of support network otherwise. So I think, you know, many aspects of it, the practical side and then also just the personal side of it as well, was just invaluable.
Brilliant, thank you. Alex, what was your experience on the programme? Oh, I don't know whether we can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you.
Great. Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting myself. So to boil it down to the very essence of what I felt FreelanceHER was all about, it gave me sort of three broad things. And the first one was loads of skills and knowledge gleaned from people that have been doing this for years and years and have made mistakes along the way, and they've been generous enough to share those skills knowledge with us. So that's the first area. The second area was in network building. So I thought I was going along quite nicely building my own little network, but looking back and now it's completely been transformed. So network's been a big thing. And the third thing, which it's really helped me with hugely, is confidence. So when I started on the FreelanceHER program, I felt very small and very insignificant and insecure. I didn't really feel like I know what I was doing. But having been through this process, my confidence has gone absolutely through the roof, and I really feel ready to take this on. And I came from a place of not being quite ready to go freelance. I think I was made redundant last year, and so I was thrown into it, and the redundancy money ran out really fast. So it's been great in speeding me up, I think, because I may have got to this place eventually, but I certainly wouldn't have got here this quickly without the program.
Brilliant, thank you. And Tamar, how was your experience?
Yeah, I mean, echoing a lot of what's been said already, I can totally relate those stories, because it's really, I didn't know what to expect coming in. I saw the program and I was like, I could probably use some help, but I didn't know how it was going to work and like what it would entail. And I found myself really looking forward to each week and what we would learn each week in each new workshop. And each new speaker was like very engaging and about something specific that, because it was realizing that there's just so much to know as a freelancer, not only like running your business, but how to function as a business outside networking, marketing, tax, all the stuff. The fact that you guys covered that huge range and connected all these other women that were, I think we use the term Swiss Army knives in terms of having to do a lot of different things. And, having that community of like these incredible, multifaceted, busy, ambitious women was just such a gift at the time. Like I really needed it. And as Alex just said, the confidence factor, I think, was one of the biggest things for me, in terms of I didn't realize how much I was maybe minimizing myself, or in the many ways you can do that. So it just really leveled me up, I guess, and gave me that confidence. So yeah, just echoing a lot of what's been said already.
Thank you. Danielle, how important was community as part of the programme?
Community is the absolute heart of this programme, and I think, as you just heard from all of our wonderful participants there, that one of the best things that they took away from the programme was the fact that they had the opportunity to grow their network and meet people who are in the same position, whether that's people that were made redundant or were struggling to grow the businesses throughout COVID. Everyone was in the same boat. And even for us as facilitators and the people who brought this programme to the market, one thing that we really wanted to do was create a community that's going to be everlasting after the programme ends, to provide ongoing support. And it's been really lovely for me just to see the amazing friendships and companionships that have come out of a result of this programme, and even seeing the participants meeting up for lunch, sending each other thank you gifts. It's wonderful to see how close everyone's become. And Naomi, you were the heart of this programme. I'm sure that everyone will say that you built this community. So I guess that's also a question for me to ask to you of, how important do you think community was?
Well, massive. And I think when we were designing the programme, that's one thing that I said that had to be really an integral part of it. Because, I looked after 4 peer mentoring groups. So I think it started off with about 44 people. And, obviously collectively as this 104 women, we would obviously meet online. And, the really amazing thing has been actually, just even though the program's finished, is that conversations are still happening. And I went on a fresh walks yesterday, and a few of the participants came, and it was just so amazing just to see them in real life. And I think community really was a fantastic and really big part of it. But also as well, the mentors that we had on the programme were an integral part of that as well. Tina, I don't know whether you want to chip in on that, because you know, I know that you had 2 groups as well, and you know, certainly the mentors really made that community as well.
Yeah, and I'm a huge, I really do believe that but again, coming back to, and we need to be careful here, Danielle, because if we give her too much praise, she'll be off for that big. I sent Naomi a who gives a crap box of tissues that had 12 boxes of tissues in it for as
It's not enough, Tina. It's not enough.
No, I know. But I think the thing for me is it's just listening to Alex and Aisha too, and Raki and Tamara. They're taught that it's not just listening to them, it's watching them and how animated they are. And I think for me, so I had, and I'm allowed to mention this because I have her permission, but in November last year, I went through an operation, or I had my ovaries removed, which from a woman's point of view, and I'm a huge believer in hormone imbalance and actually acknowledging it and understanding how it impacts female founders, female business owners, female freelancers. And I talked a lot in the mentor sessions about my experience, which actually helped, not just that experience, but all sort of life stuff, which helped then for the women to discuss it and for us all to discuss these things openly. So I actually rechristened my Thursday mentor group the Thursday Therapists, because you could more or less guarantee that every week we had somebody in tears. And it wasn't because of something that I said, well, it wasn't because of something that I've said, but it was because of how it was facilitated. But very quickly in 12 weeks, these people had to become the absolute core to each other. But when you see them talk about it now, we still have our WhatsApp groups and we've got the stuff going on in there, the synergy, the support, the community. And because of this program, I have actually rebranded myself, because though I am Tina Bowden, micro business specialist, I've now put underneath that the strapline business community collaboration, because though it's always been something that I've believed in passionately, which is why Naomi asked me to get involved with this, the FreelanceHER100 programme made me realise how important those 3 things are together. So actually, from me as a mentor point of view, this has been amazing. But one of the ladies at the end of it, she sent me an email, which I forwarded to Naomi. She sent me an email to say that the program had been amazing, and she had probably been the person I'd watched grow the most in confidence, even though she'd been in business 20 years. But the biggest impact was listening to me talk openly about my own personal well-being and things that have affected me. And she realised she was going through the menopause, and she took herself off to the GP. And she has now got, she's now on HRT, and it's absolutely changed her life. So I think it was the fact that we were, no offence guys, for any guys watching this, but I think it was the fact that we were all women together that allowed us to have those discussions, because that was the beauty of it, very much as men's groups can be. But I think it was this whole laying bare, and that allowed then the business side to come out and to actually develop, which is what I believe in, because I believe that you get the person right, and without the person as a freelancer, you don't have a business, because you need to get your own well-being right.
Absolutely. So this is a question to Alex, Aisha too, Raki and Tamara again. So what would you say was the biggest thing that you grew personally from doing the program? So what things do you think that was the biggest thing that you learned, but also what have you seen the changes in you as a business owner?
I think for me, confidence, definitely confidence, especially starting out and, you know, pitching for work and trying to get clients and then getting clients and then thinking, actually, why do they want to work with me? I don't really know what I'm doing, and feeling like a complete imposter. And then as I was starting out, I was just taking anything that I was offered, really, like, oh, wow, you want to give me some work? Great, thank you so much. And then from conversations and being part of FreelanceHER and, you know, going to the sessions and speaking to people in the mentoring sessions, realizing, actually, they're getting a really good deal here. I'm getting paid peanuts and I'm delivering so much more than they actually ask. Hold on a minute. I think maybe I need to put my prices up, and I maybe need to have a word with them, and realizing that actually, you know, it had flipped and they should have been grateful to have me working for them. And then having the confidence to speak to this client in particular about putting my prices up. That didn't go down very well. But then again, having this whole network where I could speak to and be like, yeah, they're not really going for that. And having the confidence to say, actually, do you know what? I think I'm going to walk away from this, because it doesn't really balance out. We're not really doing much for each other here. So having the confidence to be able to do that, and then as a result of that, actually getting work with a client that I love working for, that respects me and pays me the amount that I'm happy with and that I feel like I should be getting paid. So yeah, hands down, confidence, but also having a network to kind of bounce those thoughts off.
Brilliant. What was your experience, Aisha too? So when, you obviously, when you first applied for the programme, your business was quite different to what it is now. Would you say that that was your biggest takeaway, or was there other things?
That is, if I had restrictions on words, then yeah, that would be all I would say. It's like my offering now. My offering now is very different to what I came forward with, and I will attach it to being more confident. But I think there was a deep layer of insecurity in that I've always worked within confines of businesses, and it's easy to shine because the parameters are very clear. So it's easy to outdo yourself in those kind of spaces because it's clear what you're supposed to do. But as a freelancer, the line is wherever you decide it is. And I felt very much that I had to throw everything at it. So I think very much in terms of like food, for example, and the way I understood myself was like my talents were almost like in a moussaka. It's all really, really good stuff, but it's all jumbled up and it's all like put together, and it's good, but you can't quite make apart like what anything is. And by the end of it, I was closer to like a really nice spinach lasagna, where it's very clear.
I love your analogy.
And they work well together, but I know what the main star is. I know what my main core value is. And I know the things that are additions that give my clients the special Aisha type of treat. And being able to confidently go, I'm not going to tell them I can do X, Y, Z as well. That has been like the biggest thing for me, because I want to amaze and I want them to feel like they are getting a good deal, but knowing that it's probably not the most effective way to just throw everything at people. So that's been an amazing takeaway from the program for me.
Brilliant. Alex, the same question to you. What was your biggest sort of takeaway from the program?
For me, it's been confidence. When I started out, I was sort of hoping that people would come to me if I just put my shop window out there and just sort of let the world know this is what I do. Come and get some of it, and no one came and got any of it. But now I've the confidence to go out and contact people cold from zero who never knew I existed and said, this is what I do. Can I help you? And some people have come back and said, yeah, we think you can. And it feels amazing. It spurs you to do more.
Brilliant. Tamar, what would you say was your biggest takeaway?
I mean, I'd say a combo of, I mean, not to sound like a broken record, but confidence, obviously. Just in the way that I didn't realize how painful it was, or how difficult I was making it before, in the sense of all the obstacles I was putting on myself, and just letting go of that perfectionism a bit, because hearing everyone's stories of, I tried this and it failed, or I worked with this client, it didn't work out, like, not the end of the work, you just move on, and I did it wrong this way and this is how I learned from it. So that mentality and that approach really stuck with me. And just in how I packaged my services as well is how made me really reevaluate how I present them, who I target with them, and just be kind of smarter about it. And yeah, but mostly, to be honest, it has been the confidence just to make these changes because yeah, it was it was just a weird, it's like a before and after kind of thing where you're like, oh, I didn't realize I was that self-deprecating before, but yeah, I would say that.
And this is a question for all of you, you know, Danielle and Tina as well. What's the one piece of advice that you would give to somebody starting out? So somebody's got an idea. What do you think? You know, what would be your one nugget of advice that you would give to somebody who was brand new to, say, you know, freelancing?
Do you want me to
Shall
go
I
first?
jump in on that? Tina, why don't you go first?
Yeah, you go first,
the business expert.
Yeah.
So my one bit of advice is make sure that you are passionate about what it is that you want to do. I have a very key phrase that I give to people: if the passion's in doubt, get out. And that actually implies before you start. So if you are looking to start up in business and you are not driven with a fire in your belly, and you don't get up every morning thinking, oh my God, this is it, I really want to do this. Now, this isn't necessarily about having the confidence that you've all talked about, but it's actually having that fire that you want to move this forward. Because even if you're in partnership with somebody, and that is a whole nother panel discussion that we won't go down the road about now, but even if you are in partnership with somebody, what their passion is for what you're doing and what your passion is will be very different. So you need to make sure before you set off on this journey that you are passionate about it. Now, I had a lady in one of my mentor groups, and she came onto the FreelanceHER100 program, and she was freelancing in an area, but from the very start I could tell she wasn't passionate about that. But there was another area that similar, but she needed to diversify slightly, and she started to talk about it, and I said to her, well, why are you not doing that? And she was like, well, I've been getting money from this. But actually you could see how animated she was even talking about this other subject. You could see the passion for it. And guess what? At the end of FreelanceHER100 and the amazing workshops and the wonderful mentor sessions that she had, she's now off doing the thing that she's most passionate about. So if
Brilliant.
you have a passion for something right from the get-go, then my advice is put it back in the box, put the lid on it, and if it was meant to be, you will go back to it again.
Brilliant, thank you. Danielle, you were going to say something.
Yeah, I think my one bit of advice would be don't be afraid to ask for help. There's so many amazing funded programs out there, including FreelanceHER100, that is here to help and support. And we completely understand it can be so difficult to take a step back and look at your business and think, what could I be doing better here? Or where do I need help with? But don't ever be afraid to go out and ask for help, because there are networks such as our network of amazingly talented ladies who have got years worth of life experience, knowledge, skills that they're sharing with each other. And like Tina said there, the lady in her mentor group just needed that advice and that shoulder to push her to say, go and do what you love. And that would be my one bit of advice, would be just ask for help, and if you need it, take it.
Brilliant, that's a really good piece of advice. Tamar, what would be your nugget? What would be your piece of advice to somebody who was starting out?
Yeah, I'd say go easy on yourself and don't try and have it perfect immediately, because you're just gonna shoot yourself in the foot. And you know, as Tina said, following that passion, just follow those instincts and don't get in your own way, as easy as that is to say. But yeah, just keep in mind that it's going to be a journey of growing, and it's not going to feel good all the time. So just go easy on yourself and don't give up even when you feel kind of down on yourself, because it won't last forever.
Yeah, that's great advice. Raki, what would be your nugget?
I think loads of great advice already. Something quite practical, but I think, you know, the lean canvas, basically the one-page business model, I think is really useful for collecting your thoughts. If you've got lots of different ideas but not really sure where to start, then it's a really good way just on one page to actually see, you know, what is your value proposition? What would your cost be? What are your revenue streams? Who are your audiences? Who are your competitors? And I think it's just a really good way to kind of see on one place and collect all your thoughts and kind of apply a bit of strategy.
Definitely, definitely. And Alex, if you had to, you know, if you were advising somebody about starting up for the very first time, what would be your piece of advice?
My piece of advice would be to talk to people. Don't be afraid to talk to people and be open. Listen to what they've got to say back to you. It's all building your network, and this network that I've found from FreelanceHER has been a world-friendly network.
Oh, can you hear? I think we've lost Alex. Tina, another question for you. So this is with regards to the peer mentoring. Obviously, you've seen a really huge change in the women from, you know, week 1 to week 12, and you've given us some examples already. But what would you say the sort of most powerful thing about the peer networks was? And that's for Tina. Oh, have we lost Tina as well?
I'm on mute.
Oh, you're on mute.
You're on mute. That's become the phrase of the year, hasn't it? You're on mute. Yeah. So I think the strength that's come from having the small groups, yeah, we've had the workshop sessions every week and we've had the brunch and learns, but a group of 10 women coming together in the mentor sessions, being able to surround yourselves with people that you probably wouldn't have necessarily connected with normally, finding a synergy. And that would be the one other bit of advice. I've got hundreds of bits of advice that I could give to people starting out with those years of experience that I've got, but surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with people who have been there, done it, and who have got the experience. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be in your specific sector, but people that actually understand when you say, my God, I've had 2 months and I've not had any income, what am I going to do? Or, my God, I've not got paid. Or people that actually get it, you know, not people that have salaried friends who have no clue about what it's like to not get paid when you think you're going to. You know, it's just all of that stuff, and it's important to surround yourself. And that, to me, is what peer networking is about. That's one of the beauties of peer networking, and actually having those peers that you can turn to, that you maybe didn't, as I say, that you didn't expect to have that person in your network. And also laughing together. You know, you make a mistake, so you share openly what your mistake is, and everybody's like, oh my God, and then you end up coming full circle where you're actually laughing about your mistake. And yeah, I think I mean, one of the ladies had seen an image and it said, if life gives you lemons, freeze them and throw them at the person that's getting in your way. And she's put in the WhatsApp group, this is the type of advice that Tina would give us. and it's true, but we'd all got to the stage where actually it was very informal and funny and friendly. And, you know, some of my ladies even went off to get the vaccine together because that was the type of thing that they did. So yeah, it's peer networking for me it's like so important. It really is.
Brilliant, thank you. Aisha too, I'm going to come to you just based on the comment that you've put in about your nugget. Could you just elaborate on that a little bit more for me?
I was just thinking about how a lot of the stuff that I remember hearing from the different people that I spoke to was that it'll be things like, oh, I want to get stuff on social media, but I don't know where to start. Or it will be like, I want to get new clients, but I don't know which client to go for. And it's just like, there are a lot of things where if you just spoke for another 5 minutes on it, they did know what they could do. They were like, oh, I could put that on. And there's something about getting caught in your thoughts and getting into the loop of, is it going to be good enough? Are they going to get it? Are they going to understand it? And it's just going, rather than getting stuck in your thoughts, if you've got an idea, whether it's good, whether it's bad, just do something. Just make a move. Just do something. You might start and then realize you hate it. You might start and then go on to something else. But please just don't stop. That would be my thing. Like, if you've got an idea, do something about it. Yeah. Just don't get stuck in your thoughts.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Really good advice. And Claire Wiles just put in the comments, perfection leads to procrastination. That's very, very, very true. Okay, so I'm going to come back to you, Danielle. Obviously, we finished the programme at the end of April. What's happening next for FreelanceHER 100?
So we've got an ambition to support 1,000 freelancers over the next 2 years, and we're planning on relaunching FreelanceHER 100 hopefully in September. So the team will be back together again, and we're hoping to have some of our amazing ladies and mentors here come back and join our alumni community, and to be able to share their experience with the next cohort of ladies. So Tina, I think you just volunteered yourself there, and Aisha too. So don't worry, ladies, I'll be on your case pretty soon. But yeah, we're looking forward to supporting more ladies as this programme develops into its second and third phases. So if there is anyone on the call today who's a female freelancer and who is interested in receiving support, then you can register your interest on our website, which is FreelanceHER.com. If you're potentially interested in collaborating with us, then please feel free to drop me a message. I'll drop my email in the chat. But we're looking forward to taking the next stage of this journey and helping more people grow and launch sustainable businesses.
And Claire, I've just seen your comment, how can we get on the next cohort? So you can actually apply via the website now. It hasn't, we haven't gone official yet with the September programme, but you can register your interest. So it's FreelanceHER100.com. We've also put our social links up further up in the chat as well. So just a couple of just closing questions for you all. This is really with regards to all of your businesses. What's next for you've had all these learnings, you've had the amazing peer mentoring, you've got you're now part of this network. What's next for all of you? So I'm going to start with if we go to Alex, just while we've got you on, just in case we lose you. What's next for you and your business? Oh, I don't know whether we can hear you. No.
Oh, there. Oh, sorry,
yeah,
I'm really struggling with my connection. Okay. Great. So what's next for me? I need to install a rolling program of reviews to how I'm operating. So maybe on a monthly to review my business plan, review my capacity and my fees, and set myself little miniature goals, I think, for maybe every 12 weeks or so. Yeah. And yeah, try to build from there.
Brilliant, thank you. And Raki, same question to you. What's next for you?
So I mean, my work is just ticking along really nicely. So since starting the programme, where I was just doing bits here and there, I now have 2 retainer clients, and that's for the foreseeable for now. So that's great. That's me kind of set up for a little bit, which gives me a chance really to do a bit more kind of marketing for myself and on my own business. I need to sort out my website and things like that, and a bit of time to actually think about what I want to do next and how I want to grow my own business. But it's certainly nice to have a bit of stability.
Brilliant, thank you. Tamar, what's going on with you? What's happening next for your business?
So I have quite a few things happening now. So it might be, some might say too many, but we'll see. But yeah, I have a few smaller projects with other FreelanceHER members, which is really exciting. I have my own kind of film that I've been working on. This program has really helped me kind of build my confidence for. And I also managed to get a job freelance editing, white label freelance editing for the next kind of 3 months. So I remember one of our speakers, Rose Marley, said, try and book 3 months in advance. And the fact that I managed to do that, I felt very accomplished. So yeah, so there's a lot happening. So yeah, in a great way.
That's brilliant. Aisha, what's next for you?
So I've got a handful of things. On a practical level, I'm looking at doing a rebranding because it doesn't reflect what it is that I'm doing right now. So I've got one of the Freelancer 100 ladies who's going to be looking at that for me. And I'm also, because I also run a non-profit, and it's interesting, I sort of took my non-profit on as a client and looked at some practical things that I could actually do to support it. So between that, I've now got a different way that I'm packaging my services, and I'm getting myself set up as a freelancer on things like Upwork and Fiverr, and really putting myself out there a lot more deliberately, and trying to be more accepting of work. So those are the practical things and the dream vision things that I'm working on for my business right now. You're on mute, Naomi.
I did the whole mute thing, sorry. It's going to happen one day, wasn't it? So Tina, same question for you. Obviously, you know, you were a mentor on the programme, but you're obviously a business owner as well. You know, what's new with you, and what's happening in Tina's world?
Oh my goodness. Well, as you well know, Naomi, there's always lots happening in Tina's world. So as I've already said, because of the programme, I have rebranded myself, which is always interesting when you say that as a freelancer or a sole trader, like I've rebranded myself, you know. Well, I have actually, because I've gone grey. But anyway, so I'm going to be focusing much more on the mentoring side. I realised that my experience and knowledge, and as we emerge into a very strange world, the other side of an extremely odd 12 months or so that we've had, and I think the one thing for me is working alongside other mentors on this program as well has made us all realize as a team that we have a strength to offer. So the ladies have shown us some of our own strengths. They've helped us to develop those, and yes, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be sharing more of my 30 odd years experience with others. But the one thing that I have to say thank you to COVID for is the fact that it's driven us all online, because I'm based in Scarborough, and actually I would have not, if I'd have had to have physically been involved with FreelanceHER100, I would not have been able to do that. But the one thing I've been trying to do since Tony and I launched Microbiz Matters Day, an online annual event, is to show freelancers, micro business owners, small business owners, that actually meeting online is really important, because it like reduces down the number of travel hours and everything else. So I'm going to be able to go off and be anywhere in the world, which is part of mine and my husband's plan, and I'll still be able to work with wonderful people like you lot, which is what I'm so excited about.
Brilliant, thank you. And Danielle, can you just give us a really quick overview of what else Host is offering to entrepreneurs?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're very shortly going to be launching our new prospectus into the market. So that's going to detail everything that we offer here at Host, and that's ranging from programs such as the FreelanceHER100 through to our new innovation and growth program, and also our Host 50 growth program. So we've got a lot of incubation programs that are available for new business owners or people who are looking to start up or scale up businesses. So if you are based in or around Greater Manchester, or you're looking for a new home, then we do have some space available here at Host in Media City UK, and we'd love to have a chat with you. We've also got a range of memberships for the building, which will offer access to our events calendar, which has got over 48 events a year, including networking events, growth events, social events. So yeah, please do get in touch. We'd love to look at ways that we can support anyone on this call who needs some help. And like I said, applications will be open for our next cohort of FreelanceHER later in the year. But if you are interested, please do pop onto the website and register your interest now, and then we'll be in touch.
Brilliant, thank you. And I'm just going to leave the last 5 minutes to if anyone has any questions from the audience. I don't know. I think I'm just looking in the chat. We don't seem to have any at the moment. If anybody has a question for our panel, please ask away. Whilst you're thinking about asking,
can I just say something?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I would like to, because this is being recorded, I would like it to go down that actually, as a program director, Naomi Timperley is one amazing lady, because it is all because of the way that she collaborates, the way that she believes in community, the way that she mentors and supports businesses. We're very similar. We're as mad as each other as well, but we're very similar in the way we work. But it was because of her beliefs that this program, yes, the support from the host and Info has been amazing. I also think what they've done as back office support has been superb. But I have worked on many programs, and I know that this has been what it has been because Mrs. T did what she did, and because the belief that Danielle and her team had in Naomi and the working together, and without that we wouldn't have what we've got. The government should give money to every female freelancer to do this program. Just saying.
I would
totally agree with you, Tina. Let's start a petition. But yeah, just
definitely.
to mirror what Tina said there, Naomi was the heart of this programme, and I think it shines through in every single one of our participants. So if there is anyone out there who needs that business coaching support from someone who's been there and done it and will tell you honestly what you're doing well and what you're not, then join our next cohort and you'll get to benefit from Naomi's experience and some of our lovely mentors and participants here who are coming back.
And actually, I have a question from Claire Wild. So this is a question to Alex, Raki, Tamar, and Aisha too. So what made you make the brave step to go freelancing? And that's a quick question. You've got literally a couple of minutes to answer it. What made you make the brave step to go freelancing? Who's going to go first?
I can. I was forced into it. I mean, like, I had been thinking about it for a while, and like, oh, I'm going to leave my job and I'm going to go freelance, but I was just too scared. I think I just liked the safety net of the salary and all this stuff, even though I was kind of like slowly dying inside. But it was kind of out of necessity, but I couldn't have been happier that it happened that way. So yeah.
Brilliant. And I would say my answer to that would be that I'm completely an accidental freelancer. Raki, were you going to say something then? Sorry.
Yeah, just to sum it up in a couple of words, for me, I guess it was craving and needing freedom and flexibility that you just can't get from working in traditional employment.
Yeah, definitely. Alexandre, you obviously were made redundant, so that was your catalyst for going freelance. Is there anything else that you wanted to add, or was that pretty much the reason behind your freelancing career? I don't know whether Alex can hear us. Okay, I'm going to come to Aisha too.
Autonomy is a core value of mine. I like being able to steer my own ship, and so and I also want to have as much financial freedom really as well, because you can get some great companies to work for who are really flexible with their timings, but there's just something about having a roof over my earnings that just doesn't sit well with my soul. So being able to steer that ship and decide how my life goes is really important to me, and so yeah, freelance is the way to go.
Brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to close now. I'm going to say thank you to Aisha too. Thank you very much to Tina, to Raki, to Alex, to Tamar, and also to Danielle. We have shared the links to FreelanceHER, but just to remind you, it's FreelanceHER100.com. if anybody wants to apply for the next programme, which hopefully, fingers crossed, will be starting in September. But thank you for your time, thank you for listening, and yeah, I've loved and I love talking to. I could talk about this all day long. If you want to join us, we do have a session about female entrepreneurship at 3:30. But otherwise, thank you. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.